Brian Tracy says that the purpose of a business is not to make profit, but rather to create and keep a customer. Think about that. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Kuchi Space. It's always a pleasure for me to be here amongst you all in this valuable community, knowing that we are committed to building something strong, something that makes us better versions of ourselves, right? And in today's video, I am going to be continuing the review of our book. If you've been watching my other videos, you'll know that we've been reviewing a book called The 100 Unbreakable Laws of Business Success by Brian Tracy. And I hope you've been learning a lot as I have been doing, juicing out this wonderful extracts from his book. And so much knowledge he has dished out to us in that wonderful book. I even hope that you've gotten a copy and you are reviewing this book with me, because I have begun to also review a lot of my processes in regards to this book, and trust me, I have learned a lot. My valuable community, that is the aim of this channel: you to become better, you to become valuable, and you to implement better life processes. Okay, so today we're going to be moving into a new law, and that law is what he calls the law of business. So business owners, come closer. Now, Brian Tracy is going to be giving us tips on what governs business and how well you and I, who are involved in business, could navigate and use these laws to our own advantage. Stay with me. So the first law that Brian Tracy talks about is in as regards business is the law of purpose. And contrary to popular opinion or some other people's opinion, Brian Tracy says that the purpose of a business is not to make profit, but rather to create and keep a customer. Mm. Think about that. I have heard it countless of times that yes, as a business, your aim is to make profit. But Brian Tracy is saying no. The aim of a business is not to make profit, but to make sure that they are able to create and to keep a customer. So I began to retrospect and look at this particular law and say, how is this really true, or how does this work for us as business owners? And that's because if we are so keen on just making profit, we will end up doing away with even our customers, because all we want to focus on is the fact that we made a gain. We will ruin relationships, and that will eventually make our business to crumble. But when we understand that the aim is to create a customer first and to keep the customer next, then that is going to make us channel all our energy into customer service and making sure that our customers are getting the best treatment, and they can what have great customer retainment. And trust me, a business with customers is a business with profit. But the fact you're making profit doesn't mean that your customer is going to become a returning customer. You may have made a lot of profit on that deal, but that customer is not coming again. And you may have not made so much profit on a deal, but that customer is not just coming again, but referring you to a whole lot of people. So my friends, this is time for us to look, what have you been doing with our business? Are you just so intent on making so much profit, or are you also in the business of keeping and creating customers? Brian Tracy advises business owners out here to make sure that they identify whatever ways they would be able to create customers and retain them. Okay, so make sure you're applying this to your business going forward. And that will bring me to the second law that Brian Tracy introduces us to about business, and he says the law of customer satisfaction. And that law, he says, states that the customer is always right. Yes, you've heard this quite a number of times, and as much as it could be annoying because some customers will go overboard with their demands or attitude, but the truth is, if you want to remain in business, the customer is always right. The customer is your new boss. I have seen and heard people who say that they do not want to be in business because they do not want to have a superior or a boss or stuff like that. I'm sorry, but in business you have a boss, and it's the person who still writes your paycheck, the customer. So yes, the customer is always right, and you need to train your staff or your employees to understand the fact that customers are an important lifeblood to your business. Sales are important to your business, and sales only come through the customers. So it's good that you implement processes and procedures and systems that would help make sure that your customers are comfortable doing business with you and they feel like they are being treated right. Okay, so with that, move to the next law, which should be the third law we're reviewing today on Brian Tracy's laws of business, and he calls this one the law of the customer. And this law states that the customer would always seek to satisfy themselves with the very most and the very best, but at the lowest price. Now, one thing this law will help you do is that it will make you relax, calm down. So when the customer is acting in a way that may not be so acceptable with you or pleasant to you or your business, you would understand that somehow, somewhere, this customer is trying to just get the most they can, but at a relatively low price, right? So that will make you less angry, less pissed off, less offended because they are seeking their own interest. That is the whole aim of this law. This law is telling you that the customer is selfish in a way. They are only concerned about getting the most, getting the best, seeking their interest, not that of your business at the lowest price. So this would help you to be able to relate with customers more effectively. With that, we go to the fourth law today. Yes, yes, yes. And that's the law of quality. Yes, and this law buttresses the fact that the customer would always demand the highest quality or at the lowest price. So, my friends, customers, but that's fine. So customers, because one way or the other, we are business owners are also customers. You're also a customer to another business, and you would always want to get the best quality, but at a relatively low price or at a relatively affordable price. And the beautiful thing about quality is that it's not just about the product or the service you render. It is also about how you rendered it, how you delivered your product, how you packaged it. Everything that concerns the whole purchase and delivery of that product is what the customer would use to judge the quality of your business, of your product, of your service, whatever it is you do. That is what the customer will judge. And I would like to say that the whole concept of quality may be illusional because the quality of a product or a service is not defined by the business owner but by the customer. And one way you will know how a customer defines quality is by where you see the influx of their money. If a customer would always want to purchase a particular product, it is because this customer believes that he or she is getting the best at an affordable price for them, and that they will define as quality. So how do you deliver your products? How do you package it with them? Because the quality of the product is what most times would attract the customer, and then how reputable you are was what would now keep that customer or keep other customers coming. And remember that we must revert back to the second law, and in fact the first law I mentioned, where the business is all about the customer and the fact that these particular customers always are always right, always have to be satisfied. Okay, so customers will always want to get the best quality at the lowest price. So what's your service like? How will you upgrade it? How will you work on your product to make sure that you're able to give your customers the best without them breaking the bank? And with that, my valuable community, we go into the last thought for this particular video, but there is going to be a continuation because I do not want this video to be too lengthy. So there's going to be a continuation in my next premium video. So you should look out for it where I'll be revealing more laws on business, right? And how you can apply them to your business or whatever service you render. So guys, the very last law for this video is the law of critical success factors and critical business factors generally. And this law is of the idea that every business has critical aspects that determine, or key factors rather, that determine the success and the failure of that business. Now let's bring it back home. So this practically means that as a business owner, there are certain things you must not leave to chance. You must make sure that they are being looked into adequately so that your business can continue running effectively. Some of these things are what we call leadership, management, finance, accounting, marketing, product quality. These things are what form the basis of your business, because once they are not in place or they are not effectively run, then the business may most likely begin to experience a downslide. And we do not want that for our business. So whether you run your business as a sole owner or you have employees, or it's even as large as having management teams and other departments, you must make sure that your team and your employees understand the importance of maintaining these key factors of the business to make sure that your business remains ever growing and customers are still very much satisfied with whatever product or service that you offer them. So, my friends, this has been an exciting one for me. I hope you've been able to learn a thing or two, and always know that you are supposed to jot down these things so you could go over them when you're reviewing your business or other aspects of your life, right? To ensure that you are appropriately applying these laws for maximum results. Yes, my friends, I want you to like this video, and I also want to see you in the comment section. Let me know which of these laws have you been practicing, or which of these laws are you just hearing for the first time, or which one have you even been practicing without knowing that it was a law. Also, let me know which of them you will start practicing, because that is the aim of this community, to make sure you are growing as a person and in your business or career. Okay, guys, and I want you to also subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed to it. That must mean that you are new to this channel, and we want you to be a part of our valuable community. To subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you're not left out on this juicy content that is coming your way, making you so much of a valuable person, the very person I know that you are working so hard to become. Okay, but until next time, when I will upload my next premium video, which will be a continuation of this one, I'm sure you want to know about the remaining laws Brian Tracy tells about business. So make sure, my dear, until then, make sure, just make sure, that in your heart of hearts, you are doing every single thing it will take you to keep being a person of value and to keep living your best life.